guys, this is and welcome back to my channel again. And yes, today's video is quite a chatty one, quite philosophical and stuff like that. So my dearest friends, if you're not into those chatty videos, philosophical stuff, then I'm extremely sorry. This video is not for you. And to all my friends out there who are philosophical like me, who like chatty stuff, who like deep shit, then please welcome to my channel. And if you already haven't subscribed, please do subscribe to my channel, okay? And I promise this is going to be worth your time, okay? So why I came into this topic, why I decided to discuss this topic today, reason is like लॉकडाउन को 1 साल होने आया एंड दिस मेड मी रियलाइज अबाउट लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स इन माई लाइफ. आई हैव realized many things that actually I wanted to discuss with you people, and I know most of you people will definitely agree to me on this. So I came here to discuss about underrated small pleasures in our life. Okay, so now without wasting any further time, let's directly hopping into the topic. So what are these small pleasures? What are that underrated small pleasures in our life? In today's world where everything is in like lightning speed, you are rushing towards lightning speed and rushing towards future goals, you are stuck in that rat race, and you are just working 24/7 towards your goals, and you are keeping yourself productive, you're keeping yourself busy out there to make your future better. But in that rush you forget about those small pleasures, those small moments, those small things, those underrated pleasures in your life which actually are very very important, which are you acknowledge very less on your day-to-day basis. Okay, so I'm going to discuss about those things today which are really very important and which made me realize that how grateful our life is. Those small moments make you sane, that keep you sane in that all the hustle bustle of this just quarreling world out there. Okay, so point number one is, most of you will people agree with me, that is waking up in the morning looking forward to give your best on that day. This is something which is very very underestimated, guys. Like there are many people out there who just wake up and they just don't want to wake up. They are just like I just don't know, circumstances can be anything, like they are doing job that is they are not liking it, they don't like working, maybe there it could be anything. And if you are someone, my friend, who wakes up every morning looking forward to the day, then trust me guys, you are the luckiest. This is smallest yet the most important and big thing in one's life, that you have something to look forward to on every single day, and that is something most underrated thing according to me. Okay, point number two, related to point number one, that is going to bed with satisfaction about how well you worked on that day, how productive you were, you enjoyed your work, you give your 100% out there, and having that satisfaction and going to that bed to sleep and thanking God for giving you that day, and you looking forward to next day. That is one of the, trust me guys, this is one of the most underrated thing ever. And if you, my friend, again, if you go back to satisfaction every day, that you gave your best, all days are not same, I'm not saying all days are same where you give your 100%, things go right, things go wrong, but yet if you are someone who goes to bed at home comfortably, and where you are very having satisfactory day, and so you are going to bed with satisfaction, this is one of the most underrated pleasure of one's life. Trust me, if you are one of that, please cherish it. This is something very underrated, trust me. Okay, now let's jump into the next point. Okay, so next topic is having your favorite beverage, chai, coffee, whatever you like. If you enjoy every sip of it, if you are looking forward to it, if you are having a busy day, and or if you take a chai break in your office, coffee break in your office, that first sip you take, and if that gives you the pleasure, like what a chai, what a coffee, and whatever your preferable drink is, no, not alcoholic, I don't promote alcohol at all. So yes, so that having your chai early in the morning or evening tea or anything like that, that is one of the most underrated pleasure of one's life, trust me, that is. So for me, my chai time is everything. Like I want my chai time to be my time, and I don't even trade a minute of it for anything. So for me, that is one of most underrated pleasure of life. Okay, now let's jump into the next topic. Next topic is having your favorite food at your favorite restaurant or at home or anywhere after so long. If you were craving something for so long and you're like, oh, finally it's in front of you, and you finally take the first bite and you have that feeling of like, wow, you can understand what I mean to say. Like I was craving pani puri and I had pani puri after a year, trust me, and that first pani puri was like heaven for me. I was craving it so badly and finally I had it, and that was something which was just, trust me, I haven't appreciated a pani puri like that before. Like when I was having cravings, I couldn't have it. Trust me, I really really appreciate about things in whole different level. Okay, so having a food after you were craving for so long and after that to having it is like heaven, trust me, you can definitely relate to that. Okay, now let's jump into the next point. Next most underrated thing is, you know, switching into the pajamas after a long day in your informals or jeans, and finally switching into pajamas, which I'm wearing right now. And this is something most underrated and which is very common, like all people can relate to that how sense of comfort pajamas give you. And it could be vice versa also, like if we are talking about clothing and you find perfect outfit for the occasion or anything like that, that is very underrated, my friend, trust me, that is very underrated. And this is very important and small pleasure of life which should definitely be appreciated. Now let's jump to the next point. Okay, next point is having your pets around you. This is something people with pets can definitely relate to. And if you don't have pets, don't worry. You can definitely relate to it as well. Like for example, your pet is just you're having a rough day and they just come and sit on your lap and they are just licking your hand, and this is something so wholesome feeling you can't, I just can't describe. You all people with pets can relate to that, how much sense of comfort, love, unconditional love, security, and everything you feel when your pet is around you. And this is something which is so underrated that it just makes me feel this was very important to mention. And people who don't have pets but yet you can understand that when you are going through the street, or some stray dog or cat or anyone who just comes around your leg and tries to comfort you or show some love, you can really feel that warmth. That warmth is so underrated. So this is something I really wanted to mention, that that sense of warmth, love pets and animals give you is just commendable. Okay, so now let's jump into point number, which point, I've lost count, I'm not counting. So now let's jump into the next point. Okay, next point is the seed you have planted turns into a flower. or into a really beautiful plant. That, that growing a plant is a something like raising a baby. You grow, you plant seed, you nurture it, and you see turning into a beautiful whole personality, whole different plant. You see the flower blossoming. That feeling is just so good, my friends, so good. That is really very underrated. That is a pleasure, to plant a seed and take care of the seeds turning into sapling, then into plant, then plants give bird, and then bird turns into flower, and this entire process is just so heartwarming that, like, all people who are plant lovers can definitely relate to that, how underrated that feeling is. So I really wanted to mention that. Okay, now let's jump into the next point. Next point is finding a song, old song which you forgot the lyrics of, you just like humming like and all of a sudden, like, now there are technologies, but yet you were searching for that song and you couldn't find it anyhow, and you finally search it, or somewhere on the radio station, or randomly on shuffle, or you listen on the supermarket or malls or anything. That that is so, happy feeling, like, yeah, you found it, finally found the song you were searching for so long. Trust me, before Shazam and before Siri or Alexa and all those things, this was a thing. Like, finding a song you were searching for so long was just like such a good feeling. It still is, and this is something you can't, this technology can't take away from you. That feeling is just wow, like you're searching for a song and you finally find it. That is so 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 good feeling that I really 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 appreciate. So yes, now let's jump into the next point. Okay, before jumping into the next point, I really want to mention that I don't know where I've seen it, but that thing really stuck in my mind, and that was that we people, that is psychological thing, I just don't know how it fit in our head, that we often think that big things, expensive things will keep you happy in comparison to all those things that are cheap and easily available to you. Like, you just like having a five-star meal is definitely not wrong, is going to make you happy, but you comparing it with ghar ka sabzi, lauki ka sabzi, understanding what I'm saying. This is just very biased. This is something which you really need to think of. Like, these small things which are easily available to you are equally important, in fact more important. Like, ghar ka khana, like if you won't go to restaurant, that is not, you're not leaving any important part of your life. If you can still survive if you don't go to restaurant, but if you are not appreciating that ghar ka khana, that ghar ki lauki ki sabzi, then you are missing out on really good thing, my friend. So this is something, this is the bias you really need to think upon, that how this is just very important to appreciate those small, cheap, easily available things in your life, that are most important things in your life, which are very underrated. Okay. And if, for example, there is one another thing, that if your friend is telling you that he or she went to Goa in flight, and you think, okay, they had so much fun, while that other friend who told they just went for a walk in the forest, you will be thinking that the guy or girl who went to Goa in plane had more fun than the guy who went to a simple walk in the forest. Things can be very different, my friend, how they are described and how things are. The he or she who went Goa in a flight, there can be a chance that they didn't enjoy as much as this guy who simply went on a walk in the forest. Trust me, guys, it has nothing to do with materialistic aspect. It's all within. Uh, It's not important. I'm not saying that both people can't be happy, but this can be the case. You often think that big things, big scenarios gives you big happiness. It's not like that. You can get simple sense of warmth, comfort, that sense of pleasure in a simple walk as well. Okay, so yes, now discussing further, the most underrated thing is stretching. You might be thinking, Sheetal, you're so silly. But trust me, guys, stretching is sense of comfort and pleasure. Like, I trust me, I work 15 hours a day sitting. Trust me, I sometimes work 15 hours a day in front of laptop sitting. In that little stretch here and there, now and then, just gives so much sense of comfort. You're like, oh, just it is so comfortable. So this stretching is most underrated pleasure of life, trust me. Okay, now let's jump into the next point. Next point is when you perfectly ace the dish you were trying for so long. Trust me, guys, this is very underrated. Like that sense of accomplishment you feel when, like, I was trying to bake a cookie and it was just not soft enough, it was not getting perfect texture. But when I keep trying, I keep practicing, and finally when I got that perfect texture, I just felt on the top of the world. Trust me, guys, that sense of achievement, that sense of getting that, acing your favorite dish in cooking is something very underrated, my friends. Okay, so next point is feeling the nature. This is very obvious. Most of people, you can relate to this. Like when you are on the beach and you feel the sand below your feet, water hitting your legs, breeze, fresh breeze on your face. That when you are in forest, that smell of trees, that warmth, that comfort, that beauty, everything is just so underrated. This is something you when you are near nature, you will really understand that how important nature is. You yourself are nature, you are part of the nature. Without nature, you are nothing. You should always be grateful for nature to provide you, to help you survive. Despite all the hurt and all the shit treating we are doing to this mother earth, this entire thing of gratefulness towards nature is really underrated. You should often pray to nature for, you know, just helping you survive, to helping you exist. That's it. That's all I want to say. Okay. Now let's jump into the next point. Next, underrated thing or pleasure in life is having a sense of feeling that when you feel your feelings. That is whether a good cry, good laughter, anything. That sense of feeling, that is so underrated when you are having a very rough day, and when you give yourself that good cry, that when your heart weighs, like as you feel like your heart's weight is uplifted. Trust me, guys, that is something very underrated. Having that courage to feel things is very important. When you are happy for good things, when you are sad for bad things, this everything is just, the senses are just so underrated. So I really wanted to mention that. Okay, guys, this is going to be a really long topic. I can go on and on for these things, but this was something which was really difficult to sort out. If I missed many, please consider it normal, because this is something which is just a very long and vast topic which I can go on and on for. And if I miss something, and if there are certain points that you also want to mention, please do mention it in the comment section below as well. Missing out on many points is definitely going to be normal, but if I mention all, I just don't know how long will this video become. So I hope this video really helped you out to cherish those important things, to really don't underestimate certain small pleasures in your life. These are very big things in your life which you often miss out on. So this was topic which was very intimidating, very overwhelming, but it was really very important for me to discuss it with you people. I hope you really related to that, and I really hope you really like this video. Just mention everything in the comment section below so I can know that how much you liked this video and all your thoughts on this topic. And yes, I really want you to subscribe, like, and share this video if this video was worth your time. Okay, until then, see you next time. Bye. Thank you for watching.